Ladies and gentlemen, before we get started, here at Ivy Talks Podcast Network, we're doing a subscriber giveaway. We'll be doing a giveaway on the 1st and the 15th of every month for $50 for a random subscriber. All you have to do to enter is subscribe, comment on any video, and you'll be entered for a chance to win. And once you do it once, you're entered for life. And it's going to be on the 1st, 15th of every month. A random subscriber will be chosen to win $50. As you grow, that money will go up. So go ahead, subscribe, comment to enter. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode. Probably one of my favorite shows to do on here at Ivy Talks Podcast Network is the multiverse matchups. So you see, I got my handy dandy notes here. And today's matchup, I think is going to be, it's probably one of the most evenly matched matchups that I've probably put together. I have a spreadsheet, and it's going to be a lot closer than the previous one. Obviously, Quicksilver Flash is in a whole nother level than Quicksilver. But Green Arrow and Hawkeye. Hawkeye's with Marvel, Green Arrow's with DC. They're essentially the same characters in each respective universe. Hawkeye and Green Arrow are basically the same character in terms of skill, abilities, and things like that. So we're just gonna get straight into it and break down each character and then talk about who would win in specific scenarios, who would win overall, this, that, and the third. So first, we're gonna go over Hawkeye. Hawkeye, Clint Barton, 6'3", 230 pounds, power type none, obviously just a regular human. Strength, we got strength grade of 25 out of 100. Speed, 30 out of 100. Agility, flexibility, 70, very agile. Durability is 30, about your standard human durability. Stamina, 60. Healing factor, 20. 20 is the normal human-based healing factor. Longevity, again, 25. Combat is 90, really good hand-to-hand combat. Intelligence, 75. Overall grade of 48. Powers and abilities. Peak human strength, speed, and stamina. Obviously, we're talking the peak of athletic or human capabilities. Enhanced reflexes and coordination. Olympic level agility. Master marksman. Weapon mastery. His weapon mastery goes beyond just arrows. He's a weapon master at swords, knives, firearms, etc. Martial arts, adaptability, which is going to be key in this matchup. He is very, 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 very good at adaptability in his environments. Very good at stealth, trick shots with his arrows, and multi-shot draws where he can shoot more than one arrow at a time, which is very, very, very important to this matchup. Some notable feats. He has hit Quicksilver and Spider-Man with his arrow. Spider-Man is considered to be one of the most agile and elusive characters in Marvel. Obviously, Quicksilver is a speedster. For a human to be able to hit a speedster is pretty much a very, very notable feat in on its own. It says a lot. He's hit moving bullets with his arrows. That just shows his level of precision. While blinded, he's hit teleporting targets while completely blinded. So his sense of spatial awareness is very, very key. Very crucial. Can draw and shoot arrows faster than auto fire weapons or auto gunfire. Very quick reflexes, as the moral of the story here. Holds his own against in superhuman battles, and trick shots and trick arrows against Vision, Ultron, and Hulk has been ways he's been able to kind of hold his own against characters that are way, way stronger than him in terms of brute strength. Tier level, upper street level, lower city level. He's in baseline, individually, he's in the upper street level. When he's in groups like the Avengers, or when he's in fighting with other superhero groups, he's kind of put in that lower city level because he is a very good supporting cast or supporting role character. He's very good at protecting the weak spots and the formation. He's good, like you guys seen, obviously I'll reference movies here. But in movies and like the Avengers, he'll get up in high points and he's kind of the eyes where he's calling out things like that. Or when Iron Man's being chased, he can kind of get people sick. And that stuff is pretty spot on with the comics as well. So that's going to be Hawkeye. Green Arrow, Mr. Oliver Jonas Queen. 6'2", 295 pounds, power type none. He's a human. Strength 30. Speed is a 30. Agility, flexibility, 75. Durability, 35. Stamina, 60. Healing factor, 20. Longevity, 25. Combat, 85. Intelligence, 75. overall grade of 52. Again, for Green Arrow, his powers and abilities essentially the same because they're basically the same character. Peak human strength, speed, and stamina. Enhanced reflexes, coordination, Olympic level agility, master marksman, master weaponry, martial arts, stealth, survivability. He's been able to survive stranded on an island with absolutely nothing. So his survivability is a bit of an edge over Hawkeye, even though Hawkeye can. But Green Arrow is kind of put in that upper echelon when it comes to survivability. Strong feats, very similar to Hawkeye. In training, Green Arrow was able to hit the Flash. In training, again, a human hitting a speedster kind of speaks for itself when you talk about great feats. He's fought Ra's al Ghul and Deathstroke, which are very, very two. First of all, Deathstroke and Ra's al Ghul are superhuman or super-powered humans. Deathstroke is very similar to Deadpool. He's kind of got this super soldier's kind of, not super soldier serum, but that's the level of strength he's on. And Ra's al Ghul obviously is, he's thousands of years old, and he is also super powered. He single-handedly took down a drug cartel with no gear. So he's that type of one-man army kind of going in and taking out street level villains. He shot 29 arrows in 1 minute and shot down a barrel of a gun twice with 2 arrows hitting both of them. Tier-wise, same thing we have going on here. Upper street, lower city level for the same reason. He's a great supporting cast in the Justice League. He's phenomenal at holding holding high ground, being the eyes of the group, calling out leakage when you got enemies veering off, when you got enemies coming in. He's very good at holding the rear guard for the team. So matchup wise, this was a tough one, I'm not gonna lie. So if we break it down, when you talk about strength, Green Arrow is slightly stronger in terms of strength, and he also has an edge in combat because his combat training is from Batman, which Batman is considered, in my opinion, and also generally, he's considered the most prolific hand-to-hand combat fighter in DC. He's mastered 127 different martial arts styles. When he fought Taskmaster, who is somebody that can copy somebody's style of fighting, because Batman knows 127 different styles, Taskmaster will copy Batman's fighting style that he's fighting with, and Batman can use a fighting style to counter that fighting style that Taskmaster's copy. So he's gotten training from the best hand-to-hand combat fighter in DC universe. Speed and reflexes goes to Hawkeye very slightly because he's able to dodge bullets and react to speedsters, even though a Green Arrow has hit the Flash and Hawkeye has hit Quicksilver. They're both in training. In general, standard day-to-day, Hawkeye's reflexes are a little bit faster, so he gets the edge there. Agility and acrobatics, again, Hawkeye is a little bit more agile, and Green Arrow is a little bit more brute force, and Hawkeye is more of evasive, flexible, agility base. Stamina, it's about the same. I would, if I had to choose, I'd probably give Hawkeye a little bit of an advantage in the stamina because they both fought in long battles, and whether it's with the Avengers or with the Justice League. And again, combat, hand-to-hand combat, Green Arrow takes that. Marksmanship, this is, I think, what it really comes down to, because we're talking about two archers. Marksmanship, the edge goes to Hawkeye. Hawkeye, feat-wise, has done more in terms of marksmanship, and he's also done more. What I mean by that is Green Arrow has been able to shoot arrows into bullseyes and shoot arrows into those arrows. Hawkeye's done that, but he's done it with multi-draw pulls, which means he pulls back 7 arrows at once. All 7 of them in one draw were bullseyes. So when you talk about marksmanship, Hawkeye has a slight advantage in marksmanship. And of course, trick arrows, which goes to that adaptability, goes to Hawkeye. Hawkeye is, in the comics, is very, very well known for his trick shots when he fights the Hulk or he fights Ultron, or using EMP arrows, using fire arrows, explosion arrows, different thing, concussion arrows. Again, Green Arrow also has that stuff, but Hawkeye uses it a lot more often, and it's a lot more prevalent in the comics for Hawkeye. So Hawkeye gets that with the trick shots. He's used vibranium arrows, acid arrows, pimp particle arrows, just all kinds of different arrows. And when it comes to tactics / intelligence, Green Arrow gets a little bit of an edge on that one. So when it comes down to who's winning one-on-one, if we're talking pure archery, long distance, mid to long distance fighting, Hawkeye's winning 7 times out of 10. Green Arrow wins 3 times out of 10. If we're talking from a true archer's perspective, because we're talking Hawkeye and Green Arrow, we're talking archers. From a pure archer's perspective, mid to long range, Hawkeye is going to win, because not only will he be able to counter the arrows Green Arrow shoots at him, but he can overwhelm Green Arrow by drawing back 7 arrows in one draw, throwing them off, and a few of them could be trick arrows that could really throw off Green Arrow from a long distance. Now, if it gets up close and personal, then Green Arrow is winning 6 times out of 10. Hawkeye's winning 4 times out of 10. So long range, Hawkeye's gonna win more out of 10 than Green Arrow would win close range, 6 out of 10. So 6-4 close range going to Green Arrow. Long range goes to Hawkeye 7 times out of 10. So overall, if we're not setting up a specific scenario, we just put them 2 guys in an environment and you just let it play out. I do believe Hawkeye wins 6 times out of 10 because I think majority of the fights are probably going to be from mid to long range, simply because I'm assuming they're armed with arrows from the jump. I do think the 4 times out of the 10 random scenarios, I do believe 4 of them will end up close range or become close range at some point. Green Arrow gets the advantage. I think he ends up winning that one. But for the most part, I do believe most of the fights that will be set up or end up happening will be at mid to long range, and Hawkeye gets the win there. It also could be a scenario where Hawkeye realizes he gets up close and personal, realizes Green Arrow is better in hand-to-hand combat at close range, and because of that, he will keep his distance because he realizes he's at an advantage there. So for the all in all, in a random simulation, I'm going Hawkeye 6 times out of 10. With that being said, if you believe that most of the fights would end up being up close and personal, because we're talking 1v1, if you do believe that they will end up being mano-a-mano, up close and personal, then I'd give it to Green Arrow. But I believe, since their true nature of the character is an archer, that more times than not, they will end up mid to long range, and I'm giving the dub to Hawkeye. So that is the breakdown for this Marvel multiverse matchup. What do you guys think? Who do you think would win? Why? Let me know in the comments. If you made it this far, subscribe and hit that bell icon, and we'll catch you guys on the next multiverse matchup.